John here, and I am breaking down my gear list for you today. Laid it out, and I'm going to pack it up. So all this, 30 pounds average, depending, and with the food bag, it's probably about 37. So, the ULA Catalyst 50-liter pack. It's a roll top. I bought this at Mountain Crossings on our first attempt, or first through, when my ultralight one just didn't quite work for me. One normal heavy-duty trash bag, and below the trash bag, I like to put a spare Sawyer squeeze bottle, because these things don't last very long, and always like that spare, and that way it's out of the way. Okay, it's going to be cold when we start, in the 30s, down to the teens most likely. In this, the sleep system is an Army patrol bag. It's a 30-degree bag. I think that, look it up, it might say 32. So 32-degree bag with the REI Magma 30-degree bag inside of it, and the Thermal Rest Extreme. They say it knocks 25 off, but it doesn't. So, and I'll be inside that, nice and cocooned up. We tried this out in Cloudcroft 2 weeks ago at 0 degrees and then some wind chill, and it worked fine. And actually, it was pretty warm that night. So that goes first in, right there. Next up is some Z-Pack sleep socks, right over the top of my feet. Next is my base layer. I went with some cold-proof pants and some Army silk top base layer, the inner base layer, and then an outer base layer. This Army waffle top and bottom. Use those because it's inexpensive and very warm. And since we're going into winter, those will be shipped back with along with the Army bag and the Thermal Rest later on. Okay, all in the top right there. Montbell Puffy for cold weather. Extremely light, 800 down fill. Right in the top. And we'll go over to my clothes. We'll be taking first wet weather waterproof bag, 2 smart wool socks, one the mountaineering is extra thick, and usually use them for sleep socks. 2 pair of Exficio underwear, and I'm wearing the 3rd pair. Patagonia shorts, walking shorts, for later on when it gets a little warmer, and just Under Armour shirt. Let's see what else we have out here, and I'll throw on the top of that with small gloves and a pile cap, or some people call it beanies, but this has an internal thing for your face too, so it works pretty good for me. Roll that up. And right in the top. Next, REI wet weather top. If you see any videos, you've seen me wearing that a lot. REI wet weather bottoms. They're pretty light and rather inexpensive compared to some. And next up, some wool REI mittens with a REI rainproof liner. Gore-Tex boot liners for waterproof for rain and snow. Right in the top, and in the top also the Sawyer squeeze, the large size. It doesn't seem to jam as often. Sawyer squeeze 64 ounce right on the top. So we can get to that early. And a Sawyer straw, which I don't use it for backfill. I use this for when the water source is barely flowing. It makes like a pipe. If you see out there, we always see PVC pipes on the fast running ones, but it fills it up just as good. Easier than using a leaf. You've seen that a lot. And the Sawyer syringe for backflowing it and cleaning out the gunk of your filter. And I only carry this because last time in the middle of the country when there's no hiker boxes, this is a hiker box, nobody wants to carry it. They always leave in the hiker box finds. But I couldn't find one, so now I carry one. Extra ounce or two. This is a cut down poncho for a small square underneath your pack when you sleep at night when it's rainy and muddy. It's right outside and underneath the outside. You put your pack on there so your pack's not totally muddy when you're done with it. For this tent system, the groundhog stakes with two of the curved ones and one extra. For the tent, we have the Big Agnes 3. The tent poles. And the Big Agnes 3 in a different bag, because the other bags always seem to rip on me. But the tent stakes with the poles. Okay, we can roll this up. We have a Nemo switchback pad for the cold between you and the ground. Continue here and props that up nicely like that. Cook system, a micro dualist. It's a little heavy, but I like the way it stores. The fuel can support. Dish soap or all-purpose soap, a little scrub, and then the Mighty Mo self-igniting stove. We find this one works pretty good here. Pop a lid on the top, use a handle, and it stores it really nice like that without worrying about it. Got a normal bandana, also doubles up as a washcloth. Put it right there. Same. Small cup, Snow Peak light, because I must have coffee in the morning. Okay, there. Okay, for small personal items, over here. 4 months supply pills. A lot of them. I don't like mailing them. I carry the weight. I have inside there. I have some Ziplocs for after when we start in New York. I get rid of the bottles, separate them with the Ziplocs, and make it nice and easy to carry. First aid kit is pack about 5 Band-Aids, 2 gauzes, and 2 blister Band-Aids. Triple antibiotic, asthma puffer, and ace bandage, 1 pair of fingernail clippers, and a sewing kit for repairing stuff. Placed in there. Next, my electronics is a Kindle e-reader. Black diamond headlamp, 2 cables, Anchor 20,000, batteries, pair of glasses, a couple of carabiners, COVID shots, wallet, 2 plug, wall for a wall, small set of earphones, spare hearing aid batteries for petrol, a lighter, a spare washer for the Sawyer, a baby knife, and it zips up, placed in the bag. It's a spare bag. One of the travel bags, not quite waterproof, but I use it as a stuff sack later for a pillow. Neck gaiter goes in there, and I think that's it for this bag. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Here is 7 pounds of food for 2 people for 5 days, not counting snacks. 2 people, 5 days. And that puts my weight up a little bit higher than I like, but once we get started, we'll figure exactly how many days we should be carrying. We usually carry 4, but we're starting out with 5 this time. Pack down to there. The tent will go on top. And it would go on there. Put down the cot, a Helionex ultralight micro cot, I think. We've got about 1,000 miles on this one. Petra's hung in there really good. I've had to do a little repair on mine a couple times. And it's probably what keeps us able to hike more without serious back problems. We both have issues with their back. It breaks down and puts up pretty easy. We tried the blow ups. Just the pad itself is just not enough. I've had already. I think young people with a good back can probably do it. But try the expensive blow-ups, work pretty good in conjunction with the Nemo pad, but at 2.11 pounds, this thing is well worth the luxury of it. And right in the side pouch with holes on the top. And side pouch on the pack. I have toilet paper, baby wipes, and a shovel, deuce of spades. We practice the old leave no trace when you're out in the woods. Right in here, this time, small pocket knife, hand cleaner, daily pills, inside the cup. I put my the rain cover. Let's get this one here. And go through there a little bit just for safety. That. We got the tracks, micro spikes or chain or cables for the snow. I have two pouches on the front, one for the a mask along with a tripod on the phone, and one for my phone with wet weather in there. And finally, I'm not sure if these are the ones I want to take, or Petra wants me to carry some shoes this time, camp shoes, a little extra, because when I walk barefoot through the rivers up in Maine, I had a tendency to fall a lot. Got this strap here. And over here we have this coffee, which is going to be mailed to us. I had it sitting out right there, and that's it. That's about 36, 37 pounds with everything in it, loaded, not counting water, which will push me up another pound and a half.